What's up, Trickies? Hi, so we've got double video today because it's going to be long. I've split it into two. They're pertinent to each other. So if you really care about whatever. So they're both up. One's about the anniversary. One is about the lockbox because Ship Stats and Ship Stats don't want to put that all in one video. Plus I need to apparently explain Omega Molecules. All right, so let's get on with the anniversary event. Now, as I said, I need to explain Omega Molecules so what you're doing with this event is if you've gone down to the colony and you serve drinks or something, you have the little thing where you have to there's 4 rows and a molecule goes by. And you have to you have to do that, basically whack-a-mole, kind of like a Guitar Hero. And the thing over on the side goes, yeah, that's the minigame of Omega Molecule. For the event, all you have to do is get some amount of points, like 100, and you'll get credit for it. So you'll need to get the red, the yellow, and the blue at the various designated locations. They're not only up at those locations. Like, there may be Wolf 359 for red, yellow is at Drozana, and blue is at Bayshore. But there might also be a bunch of blues, there might be a bunch of yellows also around Deep Space Nine. So you go to those places, and sometimes they're around Earth. And if you go, you can camp these places. And I don't want to say camp, but you can go to these places and you can farm them up. You don't need to do you just literally get near them and you can scan them and you can collect them. So not only is the event doing its thing, and when you get your thing, you get your anniversary things, you put them in the thing, put them into the event. We'll go into how you start out with 400 right away before you need to get your 1,000 to get the ship that we'll talk about near the end of the video. We're talking about Omega Molecule thing here. Now, Omega aren't, you want to upgrade your stuff, this is a good time to do it. But you don't do it now. You wait until the next upgrade event because Omega... Anyways, so you get 3 red, 3 yellow, 3 blue. You combine those through an R&D thing. It's under special things over on the side, special projects. You combine 3 of those into a sliver. You combine 3 slivers into a shard, 3 shards into a fragment, 3 fragments into an Omega upgrade kit, which is basically like you have your piece of gear, you put your Omega thing in there, you put your catalyst in, boom. That stuff happens. You don't wait. Now, you don't wait until, you don't do it right now unless you have something super close. You wait till an upgrade weekend because you'll get so much more. This is 4 times quality bonus, 3 times, it's just insane. You save these. Now, if you're not in the mood to upgrade stuff or you're just I don't need to upgrade stuff because I'm not a min-maxer and you want to make money, stop at fragments. Get them all, go up to fragments. All of these Omega things are able to be sold on the exchange. But the Omega kit is BOP. It's bound to you. Soul bound. However you want to put it. But the fragments are not. So if you spend this entire time gathering shards, gathering slivers, gathering all this stuff, then you just get a butt ton of fragments. Sell fragments in packs of 3. So 3, 3, 6, 9, 10, 30. And then people... 15 is good because the project to turn them into Omega you can do that up to 5 multiple at a time. So it takes 3 fragments times 5, that's 15. And they'll make 5 Omega R&D upgrade kits. Now it takes 100 hours, it takes 20 hours to do each one. So the project will take 100 hours. So you want to put these things up on the exchange a week before or soon of the R&D weekend. If you know there's an R&D weekend, and I try to announce when the weekends are coming, put your fragments up then, but don't do them during the event because the market's flooded right now. wait a couple weeks, wait till you know when there's an upgrade weekend coming, and then put them up. Like I said, you don't care about upgrading. You can make a lot of EC that way. Like a butt ton of EC. Like I'm not joking. So if you have extra time, you're just kicking it around on just farm up. Now, if you do really good on the Omega Molecule thing, you're not going to be just getting like a butt ton of yellows. Like you go over to a yellow node and you get over a certain point, you'll go 1 yellow, 2 yellow. Like as you progress in getting more Omega Molecules through the game, you'll get 1 yellow, 2 yellow, 3 yellow, sliver and a sliver, sliver and a yellow, sliver and 2 yellow, sliver and 3 yellow, shard and you can even get a fragment out of it. So that's that. The whole thing can be made for money, can be doing this, let alone you're getting yourself stuff. And there's a party thing, there's stuff to do down on the academy, and that's mainly just party stuff to do. But the actual Omega event takes place out in space. The featured episode: after the events of Draenor, the Zenkethi have become more aggressive. Their new campaign of bombing planets from the space has become top priority for the Alliance to stop. In Scylla and Charybdis, you will hunt down the Zenkethi fleet and end their crusade. Sounds familiar. Along with allies old and new. You will strike at the heart of the fleet and decide the fate of the Alpha Quadrant. Join Martok, LaForge, and Kumarke. One of these things is not like the other. Against this genocidal foe. This is being released today, also, and you do this mission. It's a featured mission. I'm not sure what the actual rewards of it are in general, just by finishing it, except for the fact that when you do this mission the first time, you will get 400 marks for the event that you will turn in and eventually get your ship. But this is wrapping up the entire Zenkethi stuff, so I'm not expecting a full set of featured missions. That's coming later, but as the anniversary ship is a Bajoran ship, and I'll explain that here right now, actually. It's a Bajoran Interceptor. It's tier 6. It's cool because it's our first Bajoran ship. We've only really had one Vulcan ship either, so it's kind of cool that we're getting other Federation-y races. So, that we've also got Andorian ships and Tellarite ships. I think we have Tellarite ships. Oh, there's just so many ships I've forgotten. And so, yeah, it says right here, tier 6, Denorois, whatever. Bajoran Interceptor. The project requires 1,000 8th anniversary prize vouchers. 400 prize vouchers can be earned by completing Scylla and Charybdis for the first time. It says right here in this vlog. The stats for this ship are 1.07 hull. It's an escort. At least I think it's an interceptor, says escort. Shield modifier of 1. 5 weapons up front. I hope it's an escort. I hope it. 2 in the back, 2 device slots, Commander Technical, Lieutenant Commander Tactical / Pilot, Lieutenant Universal / Pilot, so many pilot abilities, Lieutenant Commander Science, okay, good healing, good casterness if you want, 4 Tactical, 3 Engineering, 4 Science, rounded there, 10 Weapon, 5 Shields, 5 Engine, okay, Experimental Weapon slot, Voice of the Prophets. That's okay. Can equip dual cannons. Hope so. Universal Console Domino as an acronym. Escort package. So bonus accuracy, then bonus defense, bonus all damage, bonus crit strike, and then harrying maneuvers. Domino stands for Denorois Offense Matrix and Invader Neutralization Overdrive. By overdriving select weapon systems, then cross-wiring the availability of these enhancements into the specialized sensor suite that recognizes when an enemy is defeated, combat performance may be improved temporarily and then rewarded by extended improvements. Wiring this training protocol into bridge systems allows combat-ready performance increases even if even if they still must be earned. This console provides a passive boost to phaser damage and accuracy, and this console may be equipped on any console slot on any starship. So I can see this console wanting to be useful, depending on what it does. I didn't explain what it did at all. I mean, it did, but I don't understand it. Anyways, but it does phaser damage, and everyone's all AP right now, so I mean, I use phaser, but then again, I have belly beams that are phaser damage, so bonus phaser damage. Harrying maneuvers. Activating emergency power to engines or any pilot bridge officer ability will temporarily grant you a major increase to accuracy rating, along with bonuses to shield penetration and armor penetration. In addition to these bonuses, your weapons gain a chance to render one subsystem offline at random once per second. The bonus may be gained once every several seconds. Experimental weapon, Voice of the Prophets, which is originally created as a mining machinery for harvesting resources from the Denorius belt. I can't believe I'm dumb. I can't believe I missed that. And was later adapted into weaponry for use on Bajoran military defense starships. It generates a dense cloud of compressed particles that facilitate high-intensity pressure waves to be sent through the vacuum of space. This may be upgraded like a standard weapon, swapped out for another experimental weapon, and placed in any other starship's experimental weapon slot. This is why I say that there's a featured episode coming. Bajoran Defense Warp Cores. They have the Bajoran Defense Hyper Injection Warp Core, the Bajoran Defense Hyper Injection Singularity Core. They have a name. A name means there's a set. At least I think there's a set. Considering this is like weird Bajoran ship, and then we had the Dominion coming out of the wormhole as a teaser. So that's what I'm thinking. So anyways, as the Hyper Injection Warp Core, it increases max engine power by 5. The Defense of Bajor brought about the development of this Federation Warp Core in joint cooperation with the Allied forces who had action in battle. This Warp Core emits an energy siphon field that in a proximity around the vessel, which can affect multiple targets. When utilized with other equipment from the Defense of Bajor, it can gain the ability to hinder enemy movements and lower their resistances while providing boosts of your own maneuverability and resistances. So, looks like we're getting the other 3 in a mission sometime. So, much like the Marine set, where you get the first 3 and then during the winter event, you buy the Warp Core. But in this case, you get the Warp Core here. That happens somewhere else. The Hyper Injection Singularity Core increases engine power by +5 to +15 based on singularity charge. In order to facilitate use by all factions, the starship uses an existing generic bridge that can be used by any players of any allegiance. So it does not have a special Bajoran bridge. But there may be one coming. I mean, I understand people would want to know so that they could, do for it, but yeah. So that's it. And I will check you guys next week. Hope you have fun during the event. Hopefully I explained all the stuff you can do about the Omega stuff, because you can farm it on your own. You don't even need to do the event. Literally, you can just spend the next weeks farming Omega Molecules so you can make a butt ton of money later. Because you can continue making... The special project stuff's always there. Like, if I sold an 3 Omega fragments right now, people could buy them and then go into the thing, and 20 hours later they'd have an Omega thing. So if you farm up a lot, you can sell a bunch when they're really expensive during an upgrade event, and then hold on to a few, sell them at the next upgrade event throughout the year. So, bonus. Anyways, I will check you guys next week. We'll see how the event's going. I'll probably give a update on what I think of Scylla and Charbadis, however that's pronounced.